this Minneapolis shooting is terrible. Hey, it's Chris again, running for J.D. Vance's Senate seat in the 2026 special election in Ohio. We're just seeing the information come in right now. Of course, we don't have all the details, so I'm not going to make any definitive claims on what's going on. But as of right now, we do know that one woman appears to have been shot and killed in Minneapolis because, quote, she was interrupting a ICE related involvement, although a lot of the video evidence that's coming out seems to clearly indicate that that was not the case. Of course, again, I'm not a journalist. I'm running for Senate. I want to be very clear and make sure that we understand what has happened before any claims get out there, any false information. But overall, the fact that, again, we have these really intense moments by law enforcement, in this case, ICE, creating dangerous situations in which people are going to be put into positions, even if they didn't do anything. I've watched the video a couple times. From what I've seen, it did not appear that she was doing anything, but I've only seen a couple videos. So again, I'm not making any claim, but these kind of things are going to keep happening if we keep allowing these situations to occur, where at this point poorly trained officers are there acting without due process in many cases, and without like real law enforcement training to handle a lot of these situations. And this is just awful. This is terrible. I really hope this is not the beginning of more, but this kind of stuff happens when you are constantly stoking the fire. And we're seeing our administration do that by deploying National Guard troops and others in areas against American citizens without any evidence, and again, I mentioned, without actually using the appropriate constitutional due process and the measures that are important to keeping us as citizens protected from our government. That is the whole point of the Constitution. That is the whole point of the Bill of Rights. And I would argue that is the whole point of America, that the government is constrained to protect the freedoms of its citizenry. And this tragedy is terrible. So like I said, I'm not going to make any exact comments on what has happened, other than to say that it's a tragedy that this woman has lost her life today in a Minneapolis neighborhood, and I'm sure many others are going to be afraid of what is going to be potentially happening in the future. I just think it's a shame, and it's unnecessary that our country is devolving into this. It does not have to be this way. It's really sad, and I feel terrible for the family and friends of the woman who was just killed. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in the next video. So take care, everybody. Bye.